It was 5 years ago. First place global KC Cup with ninjas. This is against Japan, America, Europe, all the countries. We got first place with ninjas. And what did Konami decide to do in Master Duel? They have unleashed ninjas in Master Duel, not only just releasing it, but releasing it on my birthday. First place global, ninjas are back. Let's go.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
What's very important with ninjas is learning the Boral Sword OTK combo. So let's check that out. Let's see how it's done. No matter what they have on the field as pertaining to a monster, you're going to be able to attack right over it. So in response to my reinforcing the army, we're going to be hit with the Max C. We're going to speed this up. Hanzo, come to me. Hanzo activates searching for our other ninjutsu card. We got the duplication already, which normally is the priority to search with the Hanzo. Now we got Dancing Leaves. Now we're just setting this all up. The Notebook of Mystery is only activatable if the opponent controls a card. So if you open this up turn 1, it's not that great, but it's also not that bad because it could summon a monster from the deck face down during the opponent's turn to be used with your duplication, to be used with your Dancing Leaves, to even be comboed up with your Mitsu, which could negate a monster effect by flipping up that monster you summoned from the deck face down. And as you can see, we got Max Seed turn 1, we didn't even care. Now, I'm going to be chaining to the droplet, getting Max Seed. That's fine by me. We're going to be summoning level 4, so 2, 3, and 4. This field right here is a fusion summon with the Tobari and a monster negate with the Mitsu. See what you got. So Hugin, in response to knowing that you're going to trigger the effect of a monster effect, I summon a monster negate. Activate the Hugin. Activate the Mitsu, flip up Tobari, negate. Very well done. No field spell search for you. Now following up with the tip, I'm gonna have a combo to stop the field spell. So we're gonna wait for him to trigger the field spell. I know that this runic card is gonna trigger the field spell to draw 3. So I'm gonna chain a card that also triggers. Because they're turn player, they're gonna be chain link 1 on the field spell. I'm gonna be chain link 2 on my trigger that's gonna banish the field spell and stop him from drawing 3. Now, this does not work on your turn because you would then be chain link 1, they'd be chain link 2, they'd draw 3, then you'd banish it. So it's important to understand player priority on trigger effects. He's also activating to destroy my face down Mitsu because it is special summoned. Now, the Flash Fire states that it has to destroy it, then banish. So there's no banishing off the top of my deck if it does not destroy the Mitsu. Give Fusion Summoning, come forth, and this is only during the main phase or battle phase, which means you do have to toggle on, so at the end of their main phase, you could activate Tobari to fuse into the Yagumaru to banish a back row card, banish a monster, banish the field spell. We are under a Max C right now. That's not too bad, though. Attempting to draw 3. Chainlink 2 trigger, non-turn player on an optional trigger. Banish a ninja from the grave to banish the field spell, which Hugin protects the field spell, but not from banish, only destruction. And now, I'm afraid that the Mad Lad is going to be summoning a Sprite Red or a Sprite Blue, a Jet. So we're going to be flipping up our Dancing Leaves for a big play. We're going to be tributing a Ninja, which this could also tribute your opponent's monsters if they are face down. So if you Book of Moon them, Book of Eclipse, or Geo, you could then use Dancing Leaves to tribute their monster to summon a Ninja from the deck. What's crazy about Geo here is it's permanently face down. It's just like a floodgate trap hole. They cannot flip up. Even if the Geo leaves the field, they are stuck face down. And with the extra monster zone locked up with a face down monster, they can't link summon. All right. Still had the Sprite starter. But what are you gonna really do here? You can't make a link. And now, we have to play through this field plus a Smashers and a Monster Negate. I think he's gonna have a Spell and Trap card negate also. We're gonna chain the Dancing Leaves to return our duplication back. And we're now going to use the Notebook of Mystery to summon a monster from the deck or from the grave, and also set up a Ninjutsu Art Iron Digger. The Iron Digger could pop a card in the field, and also it could special summon or add back a banished ninja. So be ready for that. Return back. Now we have to lethal this turn or it doesn't count. We're going to special summon Mitsu. Now, what's great about this if he does not destroy, which, I mean, he should, the Mitsu could just be normal summoned. He did not destroy. Normal summon me too. And now we have a monster negate by flipping up the Hanzo, which would also trigger its effect. Well, if it's not flipped up on Chain Link 2, actually. So the Hanzo does miss the timing. When this card is normal summoned, when this is flipped, when this is special summoned, it has to be flipped or summoned on Chain Link 1. Now, he is going to be using the carrot to negate. I'm going to flip up the Hanzo to negate, chaining the Smashers to banish. All right, let's go, let's go. Get banishing. Goodbye to the red, goodbye to the Hanzo, so I don't get to flip up. And now, we're going to be performing lethal damage. Draw your card, that's fine. Iron Tool, banish a ninja to destroy the monster it is equipped onto. Otherwise, you use the Iron Digger to destroy itself. So equip to a monster, destroy that monster, or equip on a monster and destroy itself. That will activate it to come forth and summon Hanzo face down, or we could have added it back to the hand if we had our open normal summon. Shokan into the Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is the ideal card to resummon your Hanzo, which is not a hard once per turn. So we're going to be fusion summoning, contact fusing into Maizen. It's very important to understand and remember this, that the ninja fusions require different type monsters. There's a lot of warriors in the deck, so you're gonna have to pretty much use a non-warrior and a warrior ninja to make the Maizen. That will trigger the Cross Sheep. Come forth, Hanzo. Hanzo generally is gonna wanna be searching for a Baku because Baku will then special summon to have an extra body on the field. Extra body in the field, come forth, add from the graveyard the Iron Digger. Now, the Green Ninja here is not even necessary. This is completely extra. We have lethal with just this field. Come back to me, Baku, with the Iron Digger. Now, we're going to be making Boral Sword Dragon. Now, the effect of Maizen states that your ninjas can attack directly. Well, Boral Sword is not a ninja. You turn it into a ninja with the Ninjutsu Art Tool Iron Digger. Ninja's going to be able to flip up a monster, which would trigger the Baku if it didn't already activate this turn. This is 7,000 damage with just the Boral Sword Dragon. Change the defense, attack for lethal, and we could have attacked with Maizen. All right. We have Tobari and no other play. Now, Tobari is a quick effect fuse during the opponent's turn during the main phase or battle phase. The Notebook could summon a monster from the deck face down that we can make a play with. The duplication's not going to be good with a level 1. It does count per whatever level it is. You get to summon that many ninjas equal to the level. Now, let's go. Dancing Leaves, also very good. Eclipse, flip them down, use the Dancing Leaves on them. I'm going to be initiating our Notebook into Geo. Now, we're going to use duplication onto the Geo. That's level 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the Kagaro on summon is going to be able to special summon a monster from the graveyard or hand face down. Chaining called by, we're going to use Tobari. Now, by chaining Tobari to the call by the grave, it ensures the Kagaro is going to have something to summon on the resolution, otherwise we have nothing to summon. What we're doing is we're summoning face down. So we're going to use the Kagari to make Yagumaru. Yagumaru on summon is going to be banishing a monster, and the Kagaro is going to be resolving, summoning the Tobari back in the field. Now, Tobari, the turn its special summoner flipped face up, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect, so it's very good for blocking the opponent. Goodbye to that Link. Just very simple play. Simple, just not trying to make this too complicated. Let's hop on another one. Purely going first. Set up your Purely ways. Now, the Notebook is so good when you are going second. Ideally, you have a ninja or a ninjutsu art in the graveyard before you activate it. So don't just willy-nilly activate it unless you have to. In this instance, we kind of have to activate it because we have no other ninja. So we're going to summon a Green Ninja from the deck. Tobari and Green Ninja are going to contact fuse into a Maizen. That will trigger the Green Ninja, forcing him to activate the Purely Leap to go into an X Purely Nor. So he's got to flip it down, use it before it gets flipped face down. So he's going to chain, and this is where you want to use Book of Moon. First, you do have to be the direct chain link to a card activating with Maizen to summon a monster from the deck. X Purely Plump, equip a card, that does nothing. Then we're going to book the Fool. Now, this is quite interesting. Because of the Green Ninja forcing it face down, the Green Ninja otherwise has the effect of it flips the monster face up into attack position. So if it's face down, it then goes face up, and it dodges the Purely Leap, thus no X Purely Nor is summoned. Flip it. Purely Leap is not going to work. Maizen is going to be summoning from the deck right here. Very good. Kagaro is going to activate to summon a monster from the graveyard or the hand, and the Green Ninja is going to flip it up, so completely stopping the leap. And now we can do another fusion. Double fusion it up. Yagimaru, banishing from the graveyard, banishing the My Purely friend so that it does not activate when we destroy the monster by battle. Quick and easy. So we're going to be using the Pot of P. We're going to be banishing a ton of cards in the extra deck. And let's get digging for generally we want Hanzo. Hanzo is the way. In this list, I was playing Solemn Strike to deal with a card like Ash Blossom. I'm going back and forth with different ideas. We got the Hanzo, but he's got that impermanence. Hanzo come forth, also max seeing. That's kind of annoying. And we get negated by the impermanence. It's fine. We are going to be chaining the Notebook to the impermanence being on the field. Otherwise, you cannot use Notebook unless they have a card in the field. So thanks to chaining the imperm to the maxi before you get to draw from my special summon, this is the moment. You do want to watch out for this. This is when you activate. Very well done. And I'm going to be setting up a Dancing Leaves. Don't mind if I do. Could have also summoned a Geo from the deck to use the duplication, but the Leaves itself could summon a Geo. I'm not going to summon the Mitsu. We're under max C. Drew nothing. Only 3 cards in the hand now. Now, we're going to get Dancing Leaves. He's going to max C. I refuse to allow you to draw. So instead of special summoning from the deck, I could chain the Ninjutsu Art of Duplication, which could summon a Mitsu for a monster negate, a Tabari, that is, to fusion summon. So we're gonna have the ability to banish a monster or back row in the field and negate a monster, and you do not get to draw for the max C. Dodge it, just like a ninja. Come forth and summon for the deck. The Mad Lad's gonna scoop it up. So that's gonna be face down, it's gonna be flipped face up. This will fuse in the Yagimaru. This will negate a monster and just completely outplayed. He's just like, nope. Both my max C's were whiffed, double wasted. My imperm wasn't even that great. Let's do it. Now, we know how Makonko goes. Not that great of a hand, which I think is the theme of all my duels. My hands are not that great. Now, I'm gonna be honest. You can believe me or not, I was playing Honkai Star Rail in the background on the other monitor, so there are misplays in this duel, and I'm going to point all them out because I'm not paying attention that well. So let's identify the mistakes, and I'll tell you what to do instead. Ohime, going to get searching. That is fine. One of them already being Maxi in the standby phase is generally accepted as a good way to use your Maxi, which we would have drawn under the Kaiju. All right, special summoning, that's a mistake from him. Summoning a max C, under max C, I get an extra draw. Very good, let's focus. There's an important play coming up here. Okay, sending the water, equip the water. Now, this is a mistake here. You chain Book of Moon to the max C, flipping it face down in response to the effect activation of summoning a monster from the deck. The equip card would fall off, and you would not summon, and the hard once per turn effect of the equip card would be used up. So do Book of Moon your max C in response to the effect activation, not the card activation. Very important difference. Add back the max C, we draw a Geo, and I think he has lethal, right? That's over 9,000 damage. Book of Moon, flip down, his entire field is untargetable. I can't target anything, but I'm gonna win next turn. We are winning next turn, lethal damage. Get ready. So he's got the double equip card to ensure that his entire field is protected and untargetable. Hanzo gets searching for the Iron Digger. Now, this is a mistake, I would say. What you should do is with the Iron Digger, you gotta figure out what's the best way to get this card in the graveyard. Well, it also destroys a card in the field, so generally, you either destroy itself or you equip it onto a monster that you want to destroy. His field's untargetable, so I can't really do that, and destroying itself right now is not so good because I have no ninja in the graveyard to banish and then resummon. But the better play would be using the ninjutsu art onto my monster, popping the back row, not popping itself, deal with the back row, and then link summon while it's equipped onto my own monster. Then it will trigger in the graveyard to summon a banished monster, whatever we banish, which we do have a Mitsu in the graveyard. I don't know if I said we didn't. So deal with the back row first, and that'd be a much better play here. All right, we're setting up Ninja from the graveyard and Ninjutsu from the deck. We got Cross Sheep here. Now we're gonna Iron Digger. And as you can see, popping itself here, not that good. We could have popped the back row and then link into the Cross Sheep, dealing with the back row and getting the same effect. Iron Digger, come forth, reborn my Hanzo, and And we're going to Ash because I don't want to deal with any potential hand traps here. Let's go, let's go. We still find another way to deal with the back row card, though, and inflict lethal damage. So with our face-down cards, we could Contact Fusion into Maizen, which could chain to the trap to summon a ninja from the deck. Reborn the Hanzo. Hanzo gets searching for the Baku. Baku special summon. Recycling a card in the graveyard. Recycling the Iron Digger, which is very important for lethal. And then we're going to make Yagu Maru. Yagu Maru is going to be banishing that back row card, so you not only have the Iron Digger, you also have the Yagu Maru to deal with the back row card. Maizen, come forth and summon from the deck. And we're going to chain duplication onto the Yagu Maru, which the rivalry was using to equip onto it. So completely dodging that back row, forcing out the activation. We got Green Ninja. If you could fuse or Contact Fuse the Green Ninja, it could flip a monster on the field face down or face up. Shokan into the Boral Sword Dragon. Turn it into a ninja so it could direct attack. Completely untargetable, indestructible field. Attack directly, double attack, lethal with the Maizen. Let's go. So do learn. Iron Digger pop back row, then Link summon with it would have been really good. Also, Book of Moon your Max C on the activation of the effect of the water. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. All right, let's make a basic play here. So this is just a simple combo of the Ninjutsu Art of Duplication and Dancing Leaves. So first we're gonna Max C. And now I'm gonna get flipping. Come forward, summon from the deck, Geo. Geo's gonna flip down the Ronin Totem. Now you cannot special summon Carrot. And now that it is level 8, we're gonna be able to summon from the deck. So with this disruption, we had flip up to 2 monsters on the field face down. You have a Fusion Summon, which could banish any card in the field. We're gonna have a monster negate. We're also gonna have Hanzo searching for a Baku. Baku, and it's important this has to be Chain Link 1 for the Hanzo to activate. Baku will then recycle a Hanzo in the graveyard, which will search our deck for a card like another Notebook for a big follow-up play. So, I mean, this alone is nuts. Monster negate, follow-up play, Fusion Summon, banish a back row, banish a monster, come forth full field, by the way. Look at that, you max seed on the wrong turn. You max seed on my turn 1, not on your turn. Yagimaru, get banish in, and that's a GG. You have to do this at the end of the main phase. So toggle on, you can't do it during the end phase, unfortunately. Banish that back row, he's got absolutely nothing, no play whatsoever. Set up with the Notebook, getting a Geo on the field, plus a Notebook from the deck. Damn. Me too, come forth. We had a monster negate if we want to, otherwise we're going to the Maizen. What's really cool about Maizen turn 1 against Labyrinth is they always wait with their Stovey, Torby, and the Chandelier. And if they activate it on your turn, you then get a free Maizen special summon from the deck. Very well done. Now he activates it. Now we chain the Maizen, come forth and summon from the deck. We're gonna have Kagaro. Kagaro is gonna be special summoning a monster from the hand or from the graveyard. Flipping down the Maizen, that's fine. We can still Contact Fuse it if we want to. And whatever we summon with the Kagaro will be face down. Unfortunately, can't be face up. Send it, making Yagumaru, which is gonna be banishing that back row card you just set. So within our first turn, we're also making some good plays. And now making a Saizo. Saizo is gonna be setting up a Ninjutsu Art of Duplication or an Iron Digger here. Why did I do that? Okay, I guess I'm gonna special summon a monster that's banished back on the field. Okay, that works out. We're gonna be banishing the Yagumaru, popping the Iron Digger, activate it, come forth and summon. I think I would have, now rewatching this, I would have rather grabbed a duplication because you could use the Dancing Leaves to pop the Saizo or a face down monster, and then with the Geo, you could duplication. All right, flip it down, let's go. Now, how are we gonna deal with skill drain? I will be showing you that. All right, during the end phase, he is gonna be getting a Max C play, that's fine. Tribute for Hanzo, make sure it's Chain Link 1, grabbing a Mitsu. Get ready, get ready. How do we deal with a skill drain? For some reason, did not skill drain my Saizo. Why not? Now, we get drained. And now, we're gonna play around the skill drain. By summoning Yagumaru, this is how you deal with the skill drain. You activate to banish the skill drain, then you chain duplication, or chain your Dancing Leaves to dodge the negate while you banish the skill drain. It's just a simple play showing you how to deal with the Floodgate. He is then going to surrender. Welcome Labyrinth, that's fine. Tribute, dodge the negate, banish, make plays off of that. Very easy, anti-floodgate. All right. Turn 1 just said, no big plays. Nothing to really max C here. All right, he's gonna get searching, that is fine. And we get Kaiju'd. Now, you'd be thinking the Dancing Leaves is dead now, right? We don't have a ninja. Wrong, we could still use it. So let's see. He's gonna be setting up his field after the Kaiju, searching for another Ohime. And the Ceremony's now gonna get her out. He's gonna send an equip card from the deck to the graveyard. That's gonna be the Makanko Dance. Gonna make himself completely untargetable now. Searching for a rivalry for next turn. This is gonna be a potential lethal play. Well, Book of Eclipse, flip everything face down. 1, 2, 3, flip the Fools down. And there's also another combo with the Book of Eclipse. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be special summoning a Geo from the deck. And Geo is gonna be triggering off of the Book of Eclipse, flipping his monsters face up to pop the back row card. So flip up, he does get to draw 2, but Geo, wipe out the back row. Now there's no back row in sight, and we can wham bam thank you ma'am him. Let's activate the Geo, flip up again. Another poppage, pop during their turn, pop during our turn. Kagaro Reborn, let's set up lethal. Special summon from the deck, Hanzo. Hanzo searching for Mitsu, which will be a monster negate with the face down monster we control. Saizo is gonna be searching for setting up the Iron Digger. Iron Digger is going to be equipped onto their Makanko because we're going to destroy that Makanko, which will make us lose the equip card, which will reborn a monster back in the field. We're going to then special summon the Mitsu. We're going to link this up into the Cross Sheep. And then fusion summon, contact fuse into the Maizen, triggering the Cross Sheep, summoning the Hanzo. Hanzo activating to search for the Baku. Baku activate, come forth and summon, recycle our equip card, which makes a monster become a ninja. Shokan into the Boral Sword Dragon. Now if you had any monster in the field, the Boral Sword could double attack, lethal damage. Just like that, the power of Book of Eclipse. Here is the deck list I have decided to play. I got a win streak in Master, 5+ win streak. It was 6 wins within Master. So what is new in this deck? Starting with the main deck, we have a card like Tobari. This card is great. It's quick effect fuse during your opponent's turn, and it has to be during the main phase or battle phase, which means you want to toggle on and ensure at the end of their main phase, activate the Tobari to fuse. Now, what are we fusing into? During the opponent's turn, we're gonna be summoning the brand new Yagu Maru. Now, what this card does is on summon, it's gonna banish a card the opponent controls. Another card we could fuse into is Maizen the Battle Ninja. This card is nuts. If your opponent activates a card, you chain to that card to special summon a ninja from the deck. Also, all your ninjas can attack directly. So that is a really good way to win the duel, and you do not need Tobari to be able to summon them. You could contact fuse with them. So a face down monster face up, you just send to the graveyard without polymerization, and you get to summon this. It has to be 2 different type of ninjas, and the deck does have a bit of the warriors, kind of heavy on that type. So it's gonna be pretty much a warrior and a non-warrior to summon either banish on summon or chain to summon a ninja from the deck and attack directly. Next up that's new is Mitsu the Insect Ninja. She could special summon from the hand if you control a face down or a ninja. And then, if your opponent activates a monster effect, you're going to be able to negate their monster effect by flipping up your face down card, then flipping herself face down. We then have Green Ninja. Green Ninja is great if you use it to fusion summon with the Tobari. It has the effect of when sent to the graveyard from the hand or field, which you could fuse with it from the hand using Tobari's effect. It's going to flip any monster on the field face down. And if it's already face down or in face up defense, you're gonna put it into attack position instead. Now, what's good about this is it serves as additional disruption to flip their monsters face down, but you could also flip your monsters face up like Kagaro and Geo and Hanzo and Baku. All of these monsters will trigger when being flipped, and even your fusion monster, Yagumaru, if this is face down, you flip it back up, it's gonna banish again on a separate turn. Then we have Baku. Baku is a great monster to search for with the effect of Hanzo. Hanzo on special summon only, and it's got to be on chain link 1. You're going to search for Baku. Baku will special summon, and then Baku's going to add back a ninja or ninjutsu card in the graveyard back to the hand. Speaking of Hanzo, the main ninja, you want to do everything you can to get to this monster. On normal summon, you add a ninjutsu. On special summon, you search for a ninja monster. The main card you'll be searching for with Hanzo is going to be the brand new Dancing Leaves, Duplication, or Notebook of Mystery. Now, Duplication is a card that you could play one of. I'm just trying to be extra spicy with this build. In my other deck list that I'm still working on, I'm playing double Geo and I think only 2 Duplication. I'll be getting back to the ninjutsu cards in a bit. Let's talk about Kagero, however you want to say it. She is Mama. What she does on special summon or normal summon, she could special summon a ninja from your hand or from the graveyard face down. And then she has this ability where she special summons herself back on the field from the grave if your opponent targets your monster. If they target your monster, you're going to spin it back to the hand, special summon, and then she'll trigger to special summon possibly the card you return back to your hand back on the field. And then you have Geo. This card is nuts. I am trying it at 2. I'm actually liking it at 2. It does kind of suck if you draw into it. I should mention that Tobari has the other effect of it could special summon a ninja from the hand. So Tobari's a great way to trigger the effect of the Hanzo on special summon. Tobari's also good if you draw a card like Geo to just get it out onto the field, special summon it. Now this card is crazy. On summon, flip 2 cards on the field face down that are monsters. It could be your own, it could be your opponent. If you flip your opponent's monsters face down, up to 2 of them, they're face down for good. They can't flip them up. It's like a floodgate trap hole. Then its other effect is, while it's face up on the field, if a monster on either side of the field is flipped face up while this is face up, you get to destroy a card in the field. So you could do it with your own cards. You could trigger it with the green ninja. It is crazy. And it's going to be the main card you want to summon with your Dancing Leaves. Dancing Leaves could target a ninja on the field, including your opponent's ninja, and it could target a face-down monster on the field, including your opponent's face-down monster. So a card like Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse flipping down their field, you can now use Dancing Leaves on their monster to summon from your deck a Geo or any other ninja you want. The Geo will then flip down additional monsters, and then they're permanently face down. Hanzo has to be summoned on Chainlink 1 with your Dancing Leaves in order to activate to get searching. And what's cool about this is, on your opponent's turn, you're going to summon a ninja. On your turn, you're going to return it back to your hand. Then you're going to reset it and do it back again. And to make the deck even more consistent, you have the Notebook of Mystery. This will special summon a ninja from your deck or from your grave onto the field face down. And it will also set a ninjutsu card from your deck or graveyard. Now, you have to use one from each. So it could be a ninja from the grave and ninjutsu from the deck, or vice versa. This card is good, and because it's so good, your opponent must control a card to even make it activatable. So on turn 1, it's not activatable unless you summon a card like Hanzo, and then the opponent activates an impermanence. Or if you get a light or dark in the graveyard and the opponent gets to summon a Bestial, you then get to use this. Now, the Iron Digger. This card is actually nuts. You equip this onto an opponent's monster or your own. Whatever you equip it onto becomes a ninja. That means if you equip it onto your Boral Sword Dragon, which you'll see in the replays, it becomes a ninja. It gets boosted by 500. And then Maizen says your ninjas can now attack directly. That's 7,000 direct attack, and then you could Maizen attack for game. Also, the other great ability is you could pop a card in the field by banishing a ninja. Pop a Floodgate, pop their monster. If you equip it onto their monster, then pop their monster. When this card is sent to the graveyard, which it could also destroy itself instead of, let's say your opponent doesn't have a monster to equip onto, when sent to the graveyard, when destroyed, it's going to special summon a banished ninja onto the field face down, or it could add that ninja back to the hand. So if you did not normal summon yet, and you have your Hanzo banished, you're going to add back the Hanzo to then normal summon. Saizo is a really good card, even for turn 1 and 2. It is good for setting up your ninjutsu cards from the deck. The problem with it, though, the big problem is it does not work with duplication, which requires a monster to have a level. And speaking of duplication, one of the most important cards of the deck, this card ideally is going to be used on a high-level monster. Whatever the level of the monster is, let's say you use it on a Geo, which is level 8, you're going to summon ninjas from your deck equal to the level. And what's great about that is your Tobari is level 1. So you could summon Tobari, and they could be face up or face down. And then you could summon a Mitsu, so that's going to be 2 more levels. And then you could summon a Hanzo, you could summon a Kagero, you could summon a Green Ninja and another Mitsu. So let's say you summon double Tobari, double Mitsu, and a Green Ninja. What you're going to do with that field is you're going to be able to negate a monster with Mitsu. You're going to be able to fusion summon into a Yagumara to banish a card in the field. And if you use the Green Ninja for that fusion summon, Green Ninja could then flip a card your opponent controls face down. So that's triple disruption right there off of a duplication. I have yet been able to summon this, but the way to summon this is you equip the Iron Digger onto your Mitsu, which it then meets the requirement of being a 2,000 or more defense insect with an equip card. You then send it to the graveyard to summon this. And what's good about this card is it cannot be destroyed by battle. But once per turn during the battle phase, if a face-up card is in either field zone, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Non-target destruction, yeah, if it happens, great. I have not been able to summon it yet, so I'm probably going to take it out. And a big note, the majority of the deck is from the structure deck. It is a very cheap deck to build. Look at that. You even have the Saizo, 3 copies, and this is going to be just 500 gems per copy, 1,500 total. That's what I'm talking about. And that is the deck. First place Global Ninjas is back. Let's go.